I have to leave early today, so I can't do it. And anyway, no big thing. So background for the day, we'll do this is one of my I don't know what the hell we call that one, like Winston collection. Maybe it's Evans collection. I don't know. We got so many collections of furniture at this point. So top for today is going to be, I think everyone's seen this Megyn Kelly video going around where she's talking about that that Alex, whatever the hell his name is, guy getting shot, and she's basically saying that she doesn't care, and people are just outraged by this idea that she doesn't have empathy for these protesters and these people that are exercising their constitutional rights. And I happen to agree with her. Like, I don't really give a shit about this thing either. I feel bad for this guy and his family and all that kind of stuff, but we got bigger problems in this country, and if we continuously focus on these little micro issues, like we got big issues, which are kind of your macro issues, the issues that you look at from 30,000 feet. And then we got these little tiny micro issues that seem to just envelop social media. Like, they just seem to draw everybody in, the media latches onto them, and then they forget about all the things we have going on right now. Like, do you guys know that we have a large chunk of our military going over to the Middle East right now? Like, is anybody talking about that? Have you guys noticed that no one's put out the Epstein files, which they were congressionally obligated to do? No one's talking about that right now. You know that the government's getting ready to shut down, because they can't pass a budget because our government can't balance its budget at all. Like, nobody wants to tighten their belts for anything. So we got that going on, but we're going to focus on some guy getting shot in Minnesota and then some chick getting shot or whatever the hell happened to her, gets ran over. I don't know what the hell happened to her, but we got too many people focused on these micro issues, and we got to stop it. Like, it's got to stop. We got big problems in this country, and we can't always focus on some little podunk town in whatever, Minnesota or Illinois or wherever the problems are. Like, we got bigger fish to fry, So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the big issues and why this whole, LARPing thing that we have going on in social media and on YouTube and in the media today, like, that's all people want to talk about because it gets some clicks, right? So they're not focused on the big issues, they're focused on little issues. And the things that I talk about are the stuff that's going to get us to be a more cohesive country and for more people to have more swings at being prosperous here, right? And when it comes to illegal immigration and mass deportations and all this thing, it goes directly in line with small business. And I'll tell you guys why, so let's talk about it. So, man, we already got someone in here. Let's see here. Would you go to an armed protest if there was a riot? I'm staying home. Yeah. It's this is Lord Demetrius. Sorry about it. Dementis. 1987. Yeah, if there was an armed protest, yeah, I'm not going. And this is one of the funny things that I don't understand, guys, is there is not a issue in the world that would cause me to go protest. There isn't. I got too much work to do. I'm trying to grow a company. I got employees that got problems. I got a wife that got problems. I got kids that got problems. I don't have any fucking time to go to some stupid protest. And I think it's very convenient that we have all these people showing up at protests all of a sudden, and they just have tons of shit to say about all these issues. And again, what do these people have jobs? Like, I know that Alex guy had a job. What about that Renee Good chick? Did she have a job? Where do all these people have this time, right? And where do these people have so much time to focus on these ancillary issues that don't really affect anybody in their communities, right? And they'll say, oh, I care about illegal immigration. I don't think these people care about illegal immigration one bit. I don't think they care about ICE being in their community one bit. There's something else that is motivating these people to go and do this stuff. Like, why? Where's the jobs? Where's focusing on your kids? Where's focusing on your neighbors? Where's focusing on, fixing up your home, making your life better? Like, why are you out here fighting these people? It doesn't make any sense to me. If you look at the deportation data from the last two presidents, they all got to deport all the people that they wanted to, and there were no riots. There were no ICE fighting anybody. And back then, we didn't vote for that shit. It wasn't even an issue. Now that Trump's in office, he literally campaigned and was elected on the idea of mass deportations. That is 1 million people every year or more. That's what we voted for. That's what everybody voted for, was go get these people. And now all of a sudden, there's this picture painted on this one little town with these two little fucking people that, again, I don't know them, you don't know them, nobody knows these people. We all got big issues with insurance being too high. No one can afford homes. Wages aren't keeping up with the cost of living. Inflation's running through the roof. Our president it sounds like he's taking bribes from the entire world. We can't decide if we want tariffs, if we don't want tariffs. We can't decide if we want to bring work here to America or not bring work here to America. We can't decide if we want to help people to be able to afford the basics of life and lead the American dream. But we all agree that this issue in Minnesota somehow needs to encapsulate everything that we talk about. And it's just, I can't wrap my head around it, guys. Like, I don't understand what the big deal is. If Trump wants to round people up, like, I'm for it. I want 1 million people gone a year. Like, what did people think was going to happen when they elected Trump and he ran on this mass deportation thing? Like, put in the comments. I gotta know. What did you guys think this meant? Did you think that Trump was just going to ask everyone to leave and they were just miraculously going to be like, okay, well, I guess I got to go? Or he's going to offer them, what he's offering, $1,000, $10,000 to self-deport, and they're just all just going to self-deport? Like, what were you guys thinking? What is America thinking? I can't wrap my head around this idea. And again, as a small business owner and someone that hires a shit ton of people, right? Like, I hire and fire people constantly. I'll be the first to tell you that illegal immigrants, I'm sure I've hired them in the past. They're great fucking workers. People that come from all these other countries, they're fantastic workers. I got nothing against them as people, but accountability comes before my business. Accountability comes before my personal opinion on things. Accountability as a country comes before everything. And if we don't hold everybody accountable that is in this country, then we hold nobody accountable, right? So take that Epstein thing, for instance. Epstein, the files were supposed to be released December 19th. Congress said this, right? Suddenly, Congress doesn't even care about it anymore. Nobody wants to talk about it. No one's telling the president to do his fucking job. No one is telling that Pam Bondi bitch to do her fucking job or holding her accountable. Do you see anybody in Congress saying, hey, you know what? We're going to censure you. We're going to kick you out of office. Do you hear anybody talking to the judges? Do you hear anybody talking to anybody in the Trump administration saying, you motherfuckers, you need to do what we told you to do. You signed this bill. Do it or else. We don't do any of that here, guys. It's almost like ICE is purposefully doing this to distract from everything that is going on in the world. Guys, there's so many freaking problems in the world today, and Trump essentially wants to do this kind of imperialism thing where he's just we're gonna go take Iceland, we're gonna go take Venezuela, we're gonna go fight Iran on Israel's behalf, we're gonna go, I don't know what the hell, we're gonna allow all these dual citizens to come into America from all these third world countries. We're basically gonna sell the entire country out to corporations. Like, I don't know what we're doing. Like, it's just, there are so many fires going on around the world that are all related to this administration. And I voted for Trump. I'm a Trump supporter. I think that he's the best thing that we've had in, like, my lifetime from a standpoint of shaking shit up and trying to make things happen. But again, the American people don't want this, and I don't know why. I can't figure it out, So, okay, let's see. We've got a couple comments coming in here. There are no accountability for the protesters. Who's this? This is Kendra Papino. Yeah, I don't know if there needs to be accountability for protesters necessarily, but it is kind of odd. And Megyn Kelly pointed this out. It's kind of odd that you can have these protesters become agitators, and then when ICE, hits them with a non-lethal round or fucks them up, like suddenly it's ICE's fault. It's not the protesters' fault for being an agitator. Protesting has been going on in America as long as America's been around. We've always had protesting here, and it's always been a widely used way to voice your concerns or your dismay or your grievances with the government, whatever it might be. And suddenly, it's like the minute ICE does one thing wrong, they just pounce. They pounce. Even though what ICE is doing is they're trying to get these people out of the country, and Trump he's kind of screwed himself. He's pigeonholed himself by saying, I'm only going to go after the criminals. Do you know how difficult it is to only find the criminals? Like, if Trump really wanted to deport people, he would be going to where the illegal immigrants are, which everybody in America knows, right? They're at the construction sites, they're at the meatpacking plants, they're in the hotels, and they're in the restaurants. Like, if you really want to get 1 million people out a year, that's all you got to do. You don't got to go and make this big scene of trying to just find criminals, right? And what's happening, it's stirring the shit, right, everywhere they go, because they're looking for these very specific groups of people, and it's completely unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary. We have to normalize the idea that ICE snatches up the wrong person or ICE harasses somebody, instead of thinking like, oh, fuck that, we don't need to do any deportations because 1 or 2 people got a problem. I'm okay with 1,000 people a year getting hit up by ICE, right? Wrong people getting prosecuted, people getting thrown in jail and then let back out. Sue ICE, sue the federal government, do whatever you got to do through the legal system, but you have to expect that you're going to break some fucking eggs, guys. Like, this is a massive problem, and it doesn't seem to be like anybody thought about after Trump got elected, what if this actually happened? It's like the dog that catches his tail. It's like, oh, I caught my tail. What do? I don't know where to go from here. It's like, what did you guys expect? What did you think was going to happen when someone says mass deportations, right? Trump isn't even doing it, and y'all are flipping the fuck out. And I can't wrap my head around it, guys. It makes no sense to me. You know, the other things that you're not seeing anybody talk about E-Verify. If you wanted to crush the illegal immigration without using ICE, all you got to do is put in E-Verify. That's it. Like, no employer would be able to hire somebody without cross-referencing it through the Social Security Administration. Problem solved. But again, nobody's going to talk about that. Absolutely nobody. And that's how you know they don't really want to solve this problem. They want to stir up some shit and then go over there and attack Iran, right? Stir up some shit and then go snatch the guy in, the Maduro guy in Venezuela. Stir up some shit and go over there and do something with Greenland. Like, it's like, I hope you guys see what's going on here. Like, and again, I voted for this guy, and I am just wildly pissed off at what I'm seeing going on. Because again, if you don't get these illegal people out here, it's going to be very difficult for every American to get a normal job, right? The cost of things are going to go up when you kick these illegals out. But guess what? It's not like the business owners are just going to go out of business. They're going to either raise their prices or they're going to eat some of it. They're going to hire people. There will be more jobs for people, but you got to get the people out. You know, I keep talking to you guys about the third world. You have to cut off the third world. You cut off the third world, the cost of things in America will go up, but guess what happens? When you make an American product, you make an American wage, right? Because it's the only option. And again, people that have businesses, people that are in finance, people that are basically suits, right? These guys, they're not going to go, build a house with their hands. They're going to find a way to hire Americans and make businesses and sell products. That's what they do, whether they're using third world labor, illegal immigrants or Americans. They're going to find a way to do it. And trust me, we can make this thing happen. But if we don't stop focusing on these stupid little issues, like, we're never going to solve anything, guys. Because, I mean, your government is passing bills right now. They're still what's the word I'm looking for here? They're still funding things like transgender surgery and transgender, education, and just like things that, again, a government shouldn't even have any say in, shouldn't even be funding. There's just tons of pork in these issues, because in order for one person to get their bill passed, they have to let another person put their bullshit in the bill, and then you end up with a bill that's half shit, guys. And then you and I have to pay for it as taxpayers, and it's getting really freaking old, like really freaking old, guys. Okay, let's go through comments and we'll continue. I know people are probably tired of hearing me rant, but I'm really passionate about this issue. Like, this is a big issue to me. And again, I love illegal immigrants. I love immigrants, first generation, second generation. I love all these immigrant people that come in here, but we have rules. And we have laws. And if we are not going to enforce these laws, then we don't have a country, guys. We don't have a country at all. Okay, here we go. Let's get into some of these things. Who is this? We got Dave Andrews. Man, I hope that's your real name, dude. Pack up, Pedro. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just, again, like these, I've said it many times, like an American has a lot of trouble competing with an illegal immigrant, right? Because an illegal immigrants never had the ability to work 70 hours a week, to work 3 or 4 jobs at a time, right? And when your family's been here for 6, 7, 8 generations, someone like that, you can't compete with them. They'll work 100 hours a week and take all that money and send it home, because it makes their family's life insanely better. Like, the kind of money that these people can make here, they can't make where they come from. They can't work as much as they can. That's why they work so many jobs. It's not that they're bad people. It's that they just can't believe there's this much opportunity here. And we here in America, we were like, what the fuck? I can't make enough money. I can't work enough. I don't like my job. I don't like my family. I don't like my house. I don't like my car. We're always bitching about what we don't like. These people are coming here. They can't believe how much prosperity there is. Like, you guys see the difference here? And again, like, we have rules here. Like, again, these people can love it here. You can think that it's amazing and all you want to do is work and take everyone's jobs, but you can't, because the law says you need to get the fuck out, right? And then when our president lets people in this country, whatever, 2.5 million people a year for 4 years, like, where's the accountability? Oh yeah, he pardoned himself. And he pardoned everybody that we could have held accountable, which in and of itself is almost all the information that you guys need. So again, where's the outrage about this guy pardoning himself, letting all these people in here? Now you got Americans fighting Americans over fucking people that shouldn't even be here. And then when the people that come in to kick the people out that aren't supposed to be here, we're fighting with them too. Like, oh, you can't kick these people out. Like, again, like, who the fuck are you people? I can't wrap my head around this situation. It doesn't make any sense to me. And again, I don't mind illegal immigrants. I love immigrants. I want all kinds of people to come in here to America, but you got to be useful. You got to do it legally. If we want to give all these people amnesty and we want to wash the deck, great, pass a law. And again, what will we follow it? Because we just passed the Epstein Act and nobody's following that. So like, are we just kind of pick and choosing which laws we want to follow? Like, why don't we just enforce all of them and then start from there? Like, that's my idea. So anyway, Let's go with more comments. You guys hit the like button, add the discussion. Of course, it's a heated issue, and I'm just pissed off that we're this focused on something this fucking dumb. Like, it is completely dumb. Like, I don't know why we're focusing on this shit here. So, okay, let's see here. Vinny Speed says they are targeting criminals first. Yeah, again, like, why? Why? You know, an illegal immigrant has the chance of being a criminal. An illegal immigrant is less likely to be a criminal than a regular American, right? Because these people operate in the shadows. Like, if they can't work here, they're not sending money back home. So trust me, they're not wanting to break the law. And technically, they broke the law when they came in here, right? I just did a stream, what was it, last weekend, telling you guys why, when you come into this country, they say, oh, it's just a civil infraction. Yeah, it is if you stay, right? If you come in and you avoid the ports of entry, you become a felon. Right? And it's very clear when you read the statute. Okay, so again, people don't like to talk about this kind of stuff. They like to dumb it down like it's not that big of a deal. You know, but here we are. People are dying. Everyone's pissed off at ICE. You know, you got this crazy back and forth. Every freaking media institute is focused on this stupid issue rather than focusing on the real problems. The real problems. You know, so it just drives me crazy. Again, don't target the criminals. Target all of them. Everybody. You don't have your fucking driver's license, you don't have your papers, you don't have some proof of identity, like, you're gone, right? And yeah, are we gonna send a few people away that we shouldn't? Yeah, and again, I'm okay with that. Like, you're gonna break some eggs. I'm sorry. When you let this many people in, you let 2.5 million people in a year for the last 8 years, and you can't kick out 1 million without every bleeding heart crying and whining and bitching, fuck you. Like, I'm over it. I'm done with it. We got other shit to worry about. You know, we got veterans on the streets. We got homeless people all over this country. We got people that can't afford to buy houses. The housing market is completely locked up. We got people that can't make enough money to live, right? Bacon's expensive, beef is expensive, everything's expensive. We got government institutions that are making it difficult for farmers to sell milk. They're regulating the fact you can't go buy fucking milk from a farmer. You can't buy beef from a regular farmer. They got so much regulation going on in this country. And again, we're focused on some fucking dumb shit in Minnesota, okay? Completely micro issue, doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form, yet your eyeballs are fucking glued to this shit. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Wake up, people. There's so much more stuff. Like, I'm here, I run a company, I work 24 hours a day, I'm constantly working, yet I find time to do these streams pretty much every day talking about business, the politics of business, the politics of owning a company, trying to tell people how they can get their own companies, what you can do, why I was able to do it, and why you could absolutely do it. You know? But again, if everyone's just focused on the stupid issue over in Minnesota, then you're not looking at what's really going on while the federal government's fucking stealing all your money, right? Taking all your jobs, letting people in here, H-1B visas, illegal immigrants, letting anyone here to take your jobs, you know, and then tell you, oh, Americans won't do this work. Fuck you. Americans will absolutely do this work, but you gotta pay them. Plain and simple, you gotta pay them. And that's what these people don't want to do. Oh, a head of lettuce will be $8. Well, great, then it's gonna be $8. Like, maybe we won't eat as much lettuce. So, well, our business model doesn't work if we have to use legal labor. It's like, well, then your business model isn't going to work, you know? And here's the thing. When you have, you know, 3 or 4 multinational conglomerate companies that could charge whatever they want, you know, take all the tax breaks that they want, regulate everything because they write I think that Eddie Gunsmoke, you got a fantastic question there, and he has a great point. And these are the people that I'm talking about. Again, I feel the same way this guy feels. The difference between me and him is that I care about the rules, right? I care about the Constitution. I care about the way our government works, right? We got 3 branches of government, and Eddie, buddy, you're only one of them. I hate to tell you this, but we have to have people that write the laws. We have to have people that sign the laws, and then we have to have the people that enforce the laws. And right now, we don't have people enforcing the laws. So Eddie Gunsmoke, 5138, let's read your question real quick. What about all the ones who have made a life here for themselves for the last 20 years and haven't bothered to try and get legal? Sorry, not sorry. What do you mean haven't bothered to try and get legal? Why haven't they bothered to try and get legal? It's like, what if I said that to the tax man? I said, you know what, IRS, I haven't bothered to pay my taxes for the last 20 years. I'm even an American citizen. Like, what's the big deal? They're going to tell me to go fuck myself. They're going to take my home. They could potentially throw me in jail. Again, I have all the consequences for living in this country. So you want me to look the other way for someone that doesn't even live here, right? And then you'll say, well, they've paid it in the system. Yeah, that's not my problem. They chose to use a false social security number, false ID, and they're paying their tax dollars into nothing. The government loves it because it basically prolongs the social security system. It prolongs Medicaid. It prolongs all these programs that the federal government has that are going out of business, you know, and that guy made that choice. we need to put the laws in, or excuse me, we need to enforce the laws that are on the books. If you want to enforce something else, change the laws, right? But nobody is special. You are not special. I am not special. We all live by the same rule of law in America. Just because you're illegal, you're not fucking special, okay? All right, so, good question, man. Like I said, I appreciate it. I love going back and forth with people. And honestly, dude, I feel for that person because that person has probably been here 20 years. They've probably done a lot of great work. They've probably got a lot of friends. They probably, they could have even bought a home. They got cars, kids, all these kind of things. Like, that's terrible. I feel bad for that person, but the rule of law trumps your feelings. Unfortunately, that's just how I look at it because it's fair, right? It means that when people want to show favor on their own issue, which most people do, the law says you're not special. Like, everyone is subject to the same rules, and then it's easy to adjudicate things, right? There's no special treatment, okay? So, all right, more comments. Let's go in here. Just some hooligan. So just some hooligan being a fooligan. Oh, I love that name. Just a hooligan being a fooligan. Man, great name, dude. That's freaking awesome. Again, if you guys are in the stream, hit the like button, add the discussion. My name's Eric Wilk. I own the Planet Crow. I do these streams. Try and do them most days, and we talk about business. We talk about how people can start business. I've been in business for 10 years now at a small furniture boutique company. We do about 500 pieces a year. It's a small 7-figure business. We got like 8 or 9 employees, and we've been doing this for a long time now. It's me and my wife own it. We both work in it. She handles sales. She handles marketing. She handles most of the shipping routes and when things are ready to leave. I handle most of the operations, fabrication, the painting, make sure we have everything we need for our business, make sure our factory is working, right? Everything works. Everything's here that everyone needs to do their job. And it's a great company, guys. We need more people that do what it is that me and my wife do because it'll give you the freedom to do other kinds of things. You won't have to focus on getting to work on time every single day. You won't have to focus on, being late, PTO, all these kind of things. And while you're still working all the time, you're very busy, right? It's a completely different way to look at your life, a complete way to run your life. So anyway, that's what we talk about. So, all right, more comments in here. Let's see, just some hooligan. I love that name. Okay, the worst thing illegal immigration has done to general public is maybe a lack of municipal taxation, but all other goods and commercial, they have to pay the seller's tax. Yeah, no, and again, I don't disagree with anything you're saying there, dude. Like, you're 100% right. Like I said, when these people come here and they work and they pay into the system, it's bullshit that their taxes are not going to Social Security for them, right? Their taxes aren't going to Medicare for them. Their taxes that they pay in, because all all businesses have to fill out what's called an I-9. Those taxes are going somewhere. The problem is it's not going to them, right? However, when they have kids here, those kids are getting those benefits, right? By way of school, by way of what other tax programs that they're eligible for, those kids will get those benefits. And it always strikes me as funny. It's like the child can get into a school, right, because they're a naturalized citizen because they were born here. But then when they go to figure out who the parents are, they never ask the same question of the parents. It's like, well, we don't care if the parents are legal. I think the kid's legal, and that's really all that matters because that's where their tax dollars come from as a municipality, which is hilarious. So anyway, yeah, and again, it's bad news, guys. And I said that illegal immigrants are fantastic workers, and they're really good people, lots of great family values, better family values than I think Americans have. Like, our family values as a country have been diminished, and our birth rate has diminished so much because we have these luxury beliefs that we don't need to have children anymore. We don't need to work hard. We don't need to work with our hands anymore. We're all going to be knowledge workers. We have these weird thoughts over about the last 20 years, and it's fucked up our culture really bad. And so when these illegal immigrants come in here, they're almost more American than we are, to be quite honest with you. But that's kind of a side note. So anyway, but great question. All right, any gun smoke, 5134. Here we go again. Tell me, man, I'm right behind you. Yeah, I don't. Again, dude, like, see, again, like, when people are here for a very long time, like, you gotta feel something for them. You would not be human if you didn't feel something for them. But at the end of the day, right, you cannot break our laws. You can't start your American journey by breaking the rules to get in here. And again, when you go around the port of entry, a lot of these people, they come in through a port of entry, through that stupid CPB-1 app that the Biden administration put in to let all these fucks in here, right? When you go around that port of entry, you are officially a criminal. That's just the reality of it. You are a criminal, and again, people don't want to admit this. but you can't start your American journey that way. Like, again, I've told the story many times when I tried to immigrate to New Zealand. Like, I wanted to move to New Zealand because it's the most beautiful place on earth. They looked at what I did, which was furniture maker, and they're like, we don't need you. You know, I was like, but I make good money. I don't have any debt. I'm a marathon runner. I don't have any diseases. I'm not sick. I don't need to use your social security. I don't need to use your healthcare system, your dental system, your welfare system. I don't need to use any of that shit. And they're like, nah, we don't need you right now. And they wouldn't let me come into this country. You know, it's like, should we change our immigration policy? Should we follow our immigration policy? Has anyone tried to immigrate to the United States? Like, tell me if the process is similar to when I tried to go to New Zealand, because they wouldn't have me. It's like, I'm white, for Christ's sakes. They had nothing to do with that. I wasn't useful to them. And the truth is, a lot of these people that come into this country, they're not useful to us. What they're useful for is making it so that businesses don't have to hire Americans. It's cheaper to put you on welfare than it is to try and keep the illegal immigrants out. The business would much rather hire illegal immigrants than hire you, because you know how the American system works, right? You're going to question, well, this doesn't seem very safe. Like, I don't know if I want to do this, right? I have an opinion about my job and about how my boss runs this company. Illegal immigrants have none of that, right? Because they just want to be here. They want to work as much as they can because they've never had this kind of opportunity. They love our roads. They love our grocery stores. They love the fact that they can go down to the mall and buy all kinds of fun things. Their kids can go to school. Like, it is awesome. They're not going to fuck that up for nothing, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't either. But that's what's going on, guys. Like, they are going to put all of you on welfare eventually. They're going to call it UBI now, but it's all welfare, and they're going to hire either the third world, illegal immigrants, or they're going to automate your job away. And again, we can stop them. We can slow it down, but not if we're focused on this stupid fucking Minnesota thing. Like, again, it's so dumb, guys. Okay, just some hooligan. It says, we don't even take care of the citizens that have to. Yeah, you're right. We don't. We absolutely don't. We don't take care of anybody here. And the bitch of it is the thing that really frustrates me as an American is it's not that we don't necessarily, there's so many people that not only do we not take care of them, we don't expect more of them. There's no requirement that you get your shit together. Zero. Like, you can be on welfare, you can have generational welfare in this country. And again, it's going to get worse and worse because it's easier, again, bring in an H-1B visa, bring in an illegal immigrant, automate your job away than it is to try and train you and teach you and make you a better citizen. They don't want to do that. They're not interested, and it's just cheaper to put you on welfare. And I don't know, I feel like I'm the only person that sees what's going on. I think it's because I hire and fire people for a living. Like, I do a job that's really hard. Making furniture is a difficult job to do in America, right? And making furniture isn't hard in and of itself. That's why so much of it is made in the third world. You guys know that 80% of all the furniture is made in the third world? All of it. All your kitchen cabinets, all your vanities, all your high-end furniture, it's all made in Vietnam and China, but trying to make it here in America, fucking hard as hell, but I wouldn't do anything else, so. Okay, but yeah, dude, some hooligan, you're right. We don't take care of the people we have here, especially our veterans. This stuff that really pisses me off. Like, I'm kind of one of those people. I'm like, if you've served 20 years, like, you're good. If you're willing to do that for this country, and especially if you went over and served in some kind of combat, even though some bullshit foreign war that we should have never been in, you're done. You're good. We're going to pay you $60,000 a year. You're not going to pay for housing. You're done paying, federal taxes. Like, you've made the ultimate sacrifice, and we need to, as a country, prop those people up on a higher pedestal instead of ever want to be a fucking, a YouPorn. What's that YouPorn? What's the other one? The OnlyFans. Like, that's like we hold these OnlyFans people up way high, or you want to be a rapper, or you're going to be an athlete, or you're going to be a hedge fund manager, instead of holding these fucktards up there, we need to bring the people that really sacrifice something. Like, these other people, they don't sacrifice shit. Like, I'm sorry, they just don't. Like, you got big tits and you look good in front of a camera. Like, I'm sorry, you hit the genetic lottery, but you ain't inspiring nobody. And if you are, you're inspiring degeneracy. And as a country, we don't need that. Illegal immigrants would never allow their kids to do that shit. Their families would never allow it. They don't want anything to do with that kind of stuff. Here in America, we love it. It's like, oh my God, I hope I have a daughter who's so pretty she can be an OnlyFans model, and then I don't have to work again. Like, that's the mentality we have here. Instead of being like, oh my God, I started a business, I worked at this thing for like 25 years, and I'm going to pass it down to my kids. Like, that seems like a lot better than the aspiring OnlyFans person, So anyway, that might be a little bit too much, but whatever. YouTube is a Z-hole. YouTube is a Z. Okay, well, great. Glad to hear. Thanks. Add a discussion. Okay, easy. Stop funding it. So stop funding what? What are we stopping to fund there, YouTube? I'm kind of curious what you're saying. They can't arrest all this. So are you talking about tax revolt? Like, so I've talked about that many times. Like, I'm 100% on board with that. Like, but again, as an employer, I have to pay my 7.5% employee tax, like, no matter what. Like, they're like, they'll come take my business, you know, if I don't pay that, you know. So yeah, if we get enough people and everyone decides, you know, we're not paying taxes, maybe we could do something, you know, maybe somehow convince Trump to pardon all of the American people for not paying taxes for a year, which technically speaking, I think he can do. The states can't shelter you from not paying your taxes, but again, the president could pardon society. And I think somebody said that. Like, I don't remember who it was, but there are things that you can do. But yeah, we got to stop funding this shit. It's wild what we're paying for as a country, you know. So anyway, okay, who's this? Yellow Side. Yellow Side, good. Glad to see you. Let's see, what are your pronouns? Yeah, again, like, dude, like, fuck off, man. I don't even care about any of that stuff. Okay, let's see. Abe is way cooler. Where? We're located in St. Louis, Missouri. We're go to thesplendorcrow.com. You can see what kind of furniture we build. We make furniture for very wealthy people, designers, people in the design trades, and it's a great company. We're known for our high gloss lacquer coating, and we're a real business. We're real people, and some people say you shouldn't talk about this kind of stuff. You shouldn't do any kind of politics thing, and I don't think that my customers really care about YouTube. It's not really a thing for them, and I only do this stuff as live streams because I can't just be a puppet all the time. I can't just always put on the happy face like, oh, look at me, I'm selling furniture. You know, I love making furniture. You know, like that. Who's that Bourbon Moth guy? I love that guy. You know, like what a fucking dork. Like constantly the same, like, oh, look at me, here I am. I got all my sponsors in my Ford truck. And oh, look at all this dumb, funny stuff I'm going to make. I'm going to entertain you and tell you, you know, show you so you guys can click on all my content and buy my t-shirts and buy my knives and buy all my bullshit. You know, oh, go look at all my ads for better health, you know, for all your psychology help. But oh, look at this. I got sponsors for food now. Oh, look at all these food that like, these people are a fucking joke, guys. Like, real people need to be talking about real business, what it is they really do, and how you can use it to better your life. And the people that do these streams, like anybody who wants to get in this business, come talk to me. You want a job? Come talk to me. You're a badass furniture maker? Come talk to me. You're a badass painter? You know how to run a fucking CNC, right? You're a salesperson? You're a marketing person? Come talk to me. Like, I'm accessible anywhere in the world, you know, and we need more of this. Like, everyone wants to be entertained, and I'm here to tell you guys, man, the entertainment thing's gonna die this year. You know, everybody's constantly being entertained. Entertain me, entertain me, entertain me, entertain me. It's getting ridiculous, guys. So people need to have real conversations about real topics. Okay, let's see here. Living in vehicles. Oh boy, living in vehicles. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about that one. I literally was gonna live in I had an H3 Hummer that I was gonna live in because I was so tired of paying for things like child support was getting out of control, my rent was getting out of control, everything was just getting super expensive a long time ago, and I was in a bad spot. Like, I just couldn't make enough money, and eventually I just started another job, right? And then that other job, you know, I don't know, if you guys want to hear the story, I'll tell you guys how one of my lowest points in life and how I turned it all around, but I'm not going to go into it for now. If you guys want to put it in the comments, I'll tell you guys the story quickly. Okay, just some hooligan again says, imagine blaming immigrants that just got here for the problems caused by centuries of capitalism. No, dude, like, no. Capitalism is the greatest thing that's ever happened to humanity. Now, there's caveat there, right? Like, you got a lot of people that are really pissed off with capitalism, and capitalism is run amok. Like, again, I'm a business owner. I'm as capitalistic as it gets. But that Zoran Mondami guy getting elected to be the mayor of New York is a perfect example of what is wrong with capitalism. The financial capital of the world elected a socialist, right? Because the people that live there and the people that are living under capitalism today are getting really pissed off with what capitalism is doing to people. If, as a business owner, it's easier for me to bring in an illegal immigrant or an H-1B visa instead of hiring an American, what's that say about me as a person, right? And when you grow as a larger company, like right now I got 9 or 10 employees, like say I grow to 100 employees, right? Well, then the stakes get even bigger. Well, then maybe, you know, I'm looking at doing things in the third world, because again, I don't want to pay Americans. You guys are expensive. You want health care, and you love to, you know, if my building isn't safe, you're going to come say something to me. You're going to give me shit. You know, I got to keep lawyers on retainer so you don't fucking sue me, right? Like, I got to make sure I cross all my T's and dot all my I's. Like, I just go to the third world. When you let capitalists do this for a long time, and then suddenly no one can afford anything, guess what? They're going to French Revolution your ass. They're going to come cut your fucking heads off, and they're going to restart society on their own. You know, so again, like if the men in this country, I always forget what the stupid saying is, but again, if the village doesn't take care of the kids will burn the village down to fill the warmth. There's something to that effect. That's what's going on today. You know, people are getting pissed off, and we got to do something about it. Like as a country, we've got to do better for our people, and again, we have to expect more of our people. I'm always telling you guys that like if you're exceptional at something, you're golden. You don't have to worry about anything. But the truth is that most people aren't that exceptional. And not because they can't be, but it's because they don't have the examples. You know, and there are people that just don't want to be. But again, as a business owner, I can't hire only exceptional people. Like a lot of business owners will say that. They'll say, oh, I only hire the best. My people, they're all killers. Blah. And it's bullshit, guys. Like it takes all kinds of people to make the world go round, and it takes all kinds of people to make a business work. Like I got people that aren't really that ambitious, and that's okay. They're good enough for what they do. They're happy. I'm happy. It's a win-win. You know, like I know if I called them and say, hey, I need you to go do this thing, if they're not on the clock, they're probably not going to do it for me, or they're going to be busy doing something else. I got other employees. I can call them at 2 a.m. in the morning, and they're going to be like, yeah, what do you need, boss? What do you need? What do you need? And it's, you know, it takes all kinds of people, you know, so it's a little more complicated. Okay, yeah, capitalism is great, but it needs some work, right? You know, like when you got, you know, like I'm from Oregon, right? Like if you look in California, Oregon, and Washington, like it's no coincidence that these are the fucking unhoused, you know, homeless capitals of the world, right? Because it all started in California and it moved north, and then it ruined my state of Oregon. Now it's ruined the state of Washington. You know, like why aren't we taking those people and doing something with them? You know, like I don't know why we don't put them all in mental asylums or get them off the streets doing something. Give them a choice. You know, like my dad used to say, we used to have those people in Oregon. Dad says, yeah, we used to either throw them in the mental asylum or we told them they can go in the military. Those are your choices. That's it. There's no other option. And apparently it worked out okay, you know. So I don't know if it was true, but I wasn't alive when my dad was obviously that young. But anyway. Okay, who's this? With KCE, what about Iran shit? Again, this is the thing I'm talking about. Like, what the fuck are we doing over there? Like, I don't understand it, guys. Like, this is tell me if you guys agree with me on this one, but basically, like, the reason we don't fuck with North Korea is because North Korea has nukes, right? Like, I hate to say this, but, like, if Iran had a nuke, we wouldn't be over there, you know? And, of course, we got the propagandists, oh, if they get a nuke, they're just going to go nuke Israel immediately. Like, I don't buy that shit for a second. It's funny that everyone that has nukes has never used them except us. Right? You know, we're the only ones, you know, but no one else can have them, and we literally go to war to keep other people from getting them. Like, I'm of the opinion, like, let everyone have a nuke, man. Like, it's just, if that's how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. Because otherwise, we're just going to keep fucking with people, and we got big problems here. We got things we need to work on. We're spending $1 trillion a year on our military, and for what? Why? So we go bully people. Our military went and snatched a leader out of a sovereign country. Like, again, like, why, right? Because he had a drug charge and a trafficking charge here in America. Like, Congress just passed the release of the Epstein files December 7th or December 19th. Again, we can't even get Congress to say, hey, bitch, release the stuff like we told you, but we'll send a military to another country and snatch a leader. We'll send an entire armada of people to Iran, you know, to go do, I guess, Israel's bidding. I don't know why we care about Iran. And suddenly, like, you get on social media right now, everyone said, oh, so many people died in Iran. So many people died. They killed all these people. I was like, well, I don't hear any protests about that. Like, why all the smoke all of a sudden? Like, I don't see any protests, you know, again, but focus on Minnesota. You know, I don't know, guys. The world's a crazy place. Okay, I guess I agree. Watch from South. Wow, good, dude. Yeah, South Africa is an interesting place, man. Obviously, your most famous individual, other than Mandela, is Elon Musk. You know, and of course, Elon Musk is here, right? Because this is where you go to make shit. That's one of the very unique things about America is that people come here to be creative. People come to America to be successful. People come to America because you can work your fucking ass off and you can do great things here. You're bound by nothing, you know. So we could make this better if we would cut off the third world a little bit. We'd stop letting so many people in here, right? Get the price of housing down, get the price of everything down, kick these people out, and cost of houses will go up because all the labor's gone. Bullshit. I don't buy it for a second. Take all the people that are on welfare, get them off fucking welfare, send them to work. You're like, oh, all the roofers are gone. Well, I got a shit ton of them on welfare. They can get up on the roofs. Well, we don't have anyone to pick the lettuce. Okay, well, I got a shit ton of people on welfare. Tell them to go pick some fucking lettuce. Like, we can fix the situation, but again, you got to want to do it. And people don't want to do it. That's what it boils down to. We want to focus on some dumb guy in Minnesota and some dumb woman, you know, in Minnesota. Because way more palatable, I guess, to people. It's easier for them to understand. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So, okay, who's this? The Last Messiah, man. Great name. See, you went mute. You're muted. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm sorry, guys. I wonder if my stuff died. No. Is this better? Here, let me go down the end of the I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Let's see if we're better. Let's see here. Am I back on, guys? Let's see. Let me know in the comments if I'm back. Give you guys just a second here for this thing to catch up. Got a lot of comments in here today. Yeah, we got people saying, yeah, spend it on the homeless. Yeah, again, we could fix a lot of these issues. Let's see. Are we up, guys? Here, hit the comments. We good? Let's see. Yay? May? Maybe? It looks like everything's good. Mic's on, receivers on, everything's got juice. So I think we're in pretty good shape. So I'm gonna assume that that we're going good here. So let's go to a few more comments. Let's see here. This is who's this? Renee Baker, 6980. I'm a veteran and somehow I don't pay any rent. I'm a veteran and somehow I don't pay any rent. Well, again, I'm okay with that. I think that's great. If tax dollars are paying for that, man, I got no problems with that. I hold military in pretty much the highest esteem because what it is it's the ultimate sacrifice in my opinion. Same thing with like things like law enforcement. Law enforcement a little bit less, but same principle. Like these people, they're doing something where every day you could potentially die, right? And then unfortunately, especially for people like law enforcement, you basically got to be judged by people that have, 1,000 cameras that are watching what you did and they're analyzing it for days. Meanwhile, you're actually in the moment dealing with the situation, a million factors going on at one time, and you're held to the standard of people that are watching you from afar on video, the entire world looking at what you did. Like I think that is just the most disgusting thing. Absolutely disgusting. Let's see here. So yeah, man, if we got veterans in here, that's good, man. Y'all are awesome. I tried to join the military. They wouldn't let me in. I tried so hard. Let's see. Dude, you're a cop. Nope, not a cop. Who's this? This is Mugo or Mogo? Mogo T6H. Cool, man. Good to see you here. Glad you guys are here. Hit the like button, add discussion. We'll probably do this thing to 60 minutes, and then I'm going to go get some lunch. One of the great things about owning your own business is you can go get lunch all the time if you want. If you don't have something to do. Like, I can drink beer if I want. It's amazing. Like, maybe I want to go have a margarita. I love it, but you're always working, guys. Like, it's just, there are little perks to having a business, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for everything and everybody and every single issue, and it never turns off. It's literally a lifestyle. And some people don't like that idea, but it's not bad. It's okay. I don't mind it so much. So this, let's see. I want to make sure we're good. So I'm assuming that people can hear me now. So let's see. Lots of South Africans in the U.S., bro. Lots of South. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know South Africa. I'm not a South African. I know Elon Musk is from there. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not as worldly as maybe I should be. But again, I can't know everything about everything or every country. It's just not. It's not possible. So. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the end of our comments here. We'll kind of get caught up. Okay, what about me? This is Candy Videos. Candy Videos, glad you're here, dude. Thanks for participating in the discussion. And again, we got to focus on the real problems, guys, the big issues that our country is supposed to care about, right? This little macro issue, because here's the thing, guys. The issue today is Minnesota, right? What happens when they go to another state? Like, I live in Illinois. What happens when they come to Illinois, right? And I think they've already been here to one degree or another, but again, probably gonna be some big, massive problem, right? What happens when they go to California? Probably gonna be big, massive problems, and it's very convenient that suddenly we have all these problems, but during Clinton and Obama, there were no issues. Like, how come we didn't hear about this stuff back then? We heard about the kids in cages at the border with Trump, I think, but why isn't there like the same on both sides? Why can't people not be honest about what is really going on with this particular issue? Again, what is like 75 million people voted for Trump, whether you like the guy or not. He won the popular vote, which never happens. He won the election. He won the all the swing states. Like, the guy won everything, whether you like it or not. And his main platform was closing the border and mass fucking deportations. Okay, so like, what did people think was going to happen? Are we just only going to focus on these little tiny people that get roughed up? Like, that guy shouldn't have even been there, And again, I got no problems with protesters. If you want to carry a gun, you can absolutely carry a gun in this country. When people say, oh, we shouldn't be able to carry a gun, bullshit. This is America. You can absolutely carry a gun. right? And especially every state has rules as well, but that is one of our constitutional rights. And to say that a guy can't take a gun to a protest is bullshit. Now, is there an elevated chance of an altercation with somebody? Of course. You know, like you take that risk as a gun owner. Every time that I carry my gun in my car, right? Because in Missouri, it's a constitutional carry state. You don't even need a permit here. You know, you carry a gun, you do run a risk. But again, it's not a problem here. You know, it's okay. But there's a lot of these people in a lot of states, they can't fathom the idea of somebody carrying a weapon around. Like, again, it's normal here. It's like, we're basically just like Texas, you know? So anyway, okay, let's see here. Who's this? We got Renee Baker, 6980. You can never fix homelessness till the homeless want to be fixed. Well, it's not, so the thing about homelessness is like, so again, I'm from Oregon and a lot of family in Seattle. The truth is that the homelessness thing, it's an industry. You got to cut off federal funding. Like you can't, you got to go back to churches. You got to go back to small businesses. You got to cut out the federal government. You got to cut out the state. You can't fund this shit. Because if you fund it, just like with this whole Somali thing with all the daycares, like people are going to find a way to take advantage of the situation, right? Whatever there's federal dollars or state dollars involved. And you can have a heart, right? And you can care for these people, but you got to do it. You got to get a group of people together with some money, and you got to do it yourselves. You can't just vote for somebody else's money to do the thing that you want to do. That's not good. That's not the way America works. We got way too much of that going on today. So I think it can be fixed. But again, like I said, you got to give people a choice, you know, because most of them are on drugs, guys. It's not a homeless issue. It's not an unhoused issue. It's a drug issue. So they got to get clean. You got to cut them off, and that's what you got to do. And round them all up. Again, if you had a deterrent, a lot of these people wouldn't do this shit, you know. But again, there's no deterrent because we live in these. We have these sanctuary cities, 3 of them in a row, which have great climate for the most of the year. It's okay, and they could just bum around and be high all the time and not contribute to society. And a lot of them, like in Seattle, I think you get $1,500 a month in Seattle to be homeless. Like like fuck, I'm gonna go move there. Like I'm tired of working. Like I work too much. $1,500 free dollars a month. I could live in a tent and look at Mount Baker all the time. Like that sounds pretty awesome to me. Live up there in Puget Sound where I go whale watching. Like that sounds awesome. Like you know, I've been in Seattle so many times. Like you go into town and it's full of homeless people. Like people shitting on the street, syringes, like all that shit's real, guys. It's not exaggerated one bit. In fact, it's probably underreported as to how bad it is. I mean, all these people walking around like, it's like the fucking Walking Dead there. It's really bad. Okay, let's go through more stuff. Okay, who's this? This is more with KC. What about World Cup boycott, FIFA USA plus Mo visits airport, empty bro. Plus Mo, I don't care. I could care less about FIFA. Like soccer. Soccer's a horrible sport. The world loves it because it's cheap, right? This is America. We got all the fucking money in the world. This is why we have things like football and baseball and basketball and indoor sports, because we've got money. Like I've never seen something so boring as soccer. Like, and that's just my personal opinion. I know the world loves it. Great, y'all can have soccer. Play soccer till your heart's content. You guys can sit outside where it's 110 degrees out and sweat your balls off. I'll opt for indoor sports. Let's see here. Adriana, who's this? Adrian Dragos? Adrian Dragos. That sounds like a House of the Dragon reference. This is 6445. Trump is first president that hasn't blessed by the king's hand. I might know what you're saying there. You might have to elaborate on. I think Trump's the first person that we've had in a long time who I thought he was going to be the first person that wasn't going to be beholden to special interest groups. And man, he wants to be the ultimate special interest group. I think it's really wild. So like he wants to control everything, like straight up imperialism, like Rome, essentially, you know. So I don't know, man. Let's see, the first dude that actually makes some sense. Yeah, he does in certain regards, but man, I don't know about you, but I'm a little frustrated as an American, as a business owner, and the thing that I voted for. I mean, I've been hooked into this guy for eight or 10 years at this point. And what I'm seeing now is not what I voted for, you know. And I was very clear about what I voted for, and he was very clear about what he was running on. And he's not doing a lot of it, you know. Some of it he is, but a lot of it he isn't. The big stuff ain't happening. Closing the border is easy. Now, what do you do with all the people here? It's like it'd be like if you know, you got a leaking boat, right? First thing you do is plug the hole, but then you got to get the fucking water out of the boat, you know. Otherwise, what's the point, you know? Like just gonna run around with a boat full of water, you know? It's a pretty simple analogy, but I think it kind of makes sense. Let's see, I did I know he did not compare Oregon to Texas. I can do it all day long. I'm from Oregon. So let's see. I'm gonna have to take back my previous statement. Yeah, fair enough, dude. Okay. Let's see. This is Simon E89. Churches used to help people before socialism. Yeah, and churches did use to help people. And again, people kind of. I think we've just. Again, ever since academia came in about 2000, 2001, we let China in the World Trade Organization, and our economy really shifted from being people that worked with their hands and were very grounded to where we were full of ideologues, right? We're people that are full of idealism, and we're full of people that, they focused on things like climate change instead of fucking getting power cheaper. Like, again, they're like, well, you could have both. And the truth is we haven't. We don't have both. And it's the same thing with vehicles. Vehicles have all these safety standards and all this, electronics, and they're super difficult to build, and again, the people that went to school, they think they're masters of the universe, because they can sell people $50,000 Ford Broncos. So it's like, nobody wants that shit anymore. No one can afford it. The only people that can afford it are the people that have a ton of money. And guess what? That divide is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So we got to get things more grounded here in America. We got to have people touching grass again, making shit, fixing shit, making things of quality. Like, ever since we let in engineered obsolescence in this country, man, it's been a major problem. And I'm here to tell you guys, it all started 2001. We let China in the World Trade Organization, and we went from essentially making people build shit and do real jobs to letting people go to school. Like, it's hilarious. You didn't have to go to work when you went to school. They gave you so much money that you could just go to school full time and then whatever, fuck off the rest of the day. Like, I don't know what people do. Like, the idea of going to college without working was impossible when I grew up. But now everybody does it. And again, all these people, they graduated, they went out in the world. Now they're like, well, I can't make enough money to pay off this loan. I need the taxpayer to pay it off for me. It's like, well, what, me? Like, I never graduated high school. Why do I got to pay off your loan? Like, I work 70 hours a week. I work at home and I work at work. Like, what? Like, go talk to the fucking college. Like, why are you asking the college? Why are you suing the college and say, hey, you gave me a bullshit degree? Like, you gave me a bad product. Like, Amazon sells you some piece of shit. Like, don't you go to Amazon and say, hey, give me my fucking money back? Like, again, they don't do that. Like, they go to the taxpayer and say, hey, taxpayer, you need to bail me out. Like, fuck you, man. Not happening, you little bitch. Like, go figure it out yourself. You want a job from me? Great, come here. We'll figure something out. You can pay off your debt to society through me, but I'm not fucking giving you money. I don't give anybody money. You got to earn that shit. You didn't earn it during college, which is why your debt's so big. Now you want me to pay that off too so you can go fucking be a barista at Starbucks? Ain't happening. Okay, sorry, guys. Clearly I have an opinion. Okay, we're at 51 minutes. We got another 9 minutes, so we'll get out of here, okay? Appreciate everyone hanging out today. I didn't know the 12 o'clock stream would work. Normally I do these at 5, but my wife's been bitching that I get home late, so I'm trying to do these things at noon now, I guess. Okay, let's see. Simon said, yep, churches help people. So, yep, churches were a big deal. Let's see here. Cynthia Sauceda? President Trump is blessed by the hand of the God. Yeah, I used to think that, but that guy's got big brass balls, and a lot of people talk shit on that guy, and I'm kind of talking shit on him now, but I'll tell you guys something that I really admire about that guy, that everybody criticizes him for, okay? Hear me out on this. So one of the things I always talk about in my streams that I do is the idea of passing your businesses on to your kids, right? And everyone talks shit on Trump. Oh, he inherited his money. He doesn't know how to run a business. He's dumb. Oh, he don't know what to do. Oh, if it wasn't for the money, he'd be a fucking loser. He'd be working at Foot Locker. Blah, blah, blah. His dad was really successful in real estate and passed it down to his kid. Like, why don't you want the same thing? You're going to criticize this guy because his dad was successful, and then he took his dad's business and then became just as successful, if not more successful. You're going to criticize that guy for that? Like, what kind of fucking dumb are you? Like, who convinced you that makes any sense? And I hear that kind of stuff, and you always hear it from these people on The View, these dumb shits that never had to work hard in their lives. Like, I can't wrap my head around that. That's what I want for my kids. I want to make a bunch of money, bust my ass, and do whatever I can, and then have something to give my kids. Like, we got 3 kids between us. Like, it'd be awesome if we could give them something. My kids actually aren't very interested in our business, but maybe someday they will be. But I think that's a good thing. I think we should want that for more people. And again, they always talk shit on Trump, and I always thought that was garbage. So anyway, okay. Adrian Dragon says 64-45. Yeah, we might be imperialist, but at least America's who we want the greatest for. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I get it, right? And I think that America could be America is the greatest country that's ever existed, but we could continue to be a fantastic country and be the beacon for everybody without doing Iran, without trying to steal Greenland, without trying to depose leaders and just happen to have the largest oil supply in the world. Like we could be more honest about our situation, like talking about how awful China is, and yet fucking we buy all their shit from them. All of our corporations use that country to produce everything and then sell it back to us, make stacks of cash, right? Then go to the politicians that bring about all the rules and regulations, all the OSHA, the EPA, the transportation law, the tort law, all that shit, the tax law. They write all that shit with the money that they save by not hiring you. It's like, we could fix a lot of this, but we don't want to do it, And then, we need Greenland because of rare earths. Like, get on fucking Google, find out how much rare earths America has. We have a fucking shit ton of it in California. And the problem is that it got expensive to mine because it was cheaper to get it from China. Go read about it. It's right there on the internet. Like I think it's actually still in business. It's just terribly underutilized, because it is super expensive, But again, we could be a sovereign country. We could pay our people decent wages. And I've said it many times, like if the cost of everything will go up in America, right? But your wages will go up. Now, are you going to be able to buy tons of cheap shit from Amazon every day? No. And that's the thing that people have to understand. Like you can't have it all, guys. Like you can have a quality car, right? You can have a quality car that you can fix and work. Keep that car for 10, 12 years. You can have a 1,800 square foot home, right? 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. You can have, 2 kids and you can have a dog, and you could live mildly frugally and we could make all this shit work. But again, when you want people that want to be able to go to Starbucks every day, they want to be able to buy 50 shirts a year, 100 pairs of shoes, bags, clothes, redo their homes every year. Like you want to have that. It comes at a cost, And again, people always, discount when I tell them this kind of stuff. Oh, things are going to get expensive. Things are going to get expensive. Yeah, a t-shirt's not supposed to be $7.50. I'm sorry. Again, we love when the third world makes things cheaper, but have you guys noticed that everything in America gets expensive? Like all the shit that you really need, you can't even afford. And then they tell you, oh, but things are going to cheap overseas, and you can't have things cheap here in America if we build things here in America. Like, no, they fucking made everything expensive in America. Like, the reason you can't afford homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, health insurance, dental insurance, is because of these fucking corporations. Like, you're not just going to a doctor and paying for healthcare. You have to deal with an entire hospital full of administrators, tons of, nurses, tons of, data analysts, tons of people that are looking to, recoup investments on their ROI, people that are looking at, their, what's that stupid document that everyone always talks about, depreciation before amortization, whatever, EBITDA, fucking EBITDA. Like, you're paying for all these people. You're not paying for healthcare. You're paying for fucking this massive network of shit, just so you go get your, your broken leg fixed. And I got to pay $2,000 a month for health insurance. Like, it used to be that was like a $500 expense. It wasn't a big deal. Like, getting your leg set, it's not a big deal. That doesn't get cheaper, but everything else does. So again, cut this shit off in the third world, bring it back here. Yes, it will get more expensive, but you'll have access to more doctors. You'll have access to more dentists. Honey, I need 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, good. My wife's looking at me. She's like, we got to go eat. She's like, I'm going to eat your head off if we don't go eat. So I wish she'd come over here and say hi. Anyway, let's go through a few more comments real quick. And then, guys, I got to get her. We'll do this again tomorrow. Like, so I guess I'm going to start doing these things like around 12 o'clock so I can get out of here at a regular hour. So let's see what else we got going on here, guys. Let's see. This is B2SF2W. This happened way before 2001, bro. We outsourced problems because of capitalism, yet you blame socialism. I don't blame socialism. I don't blame capitalism. Like things are a little bit complicated, but they're not as complicated as people make them out to be. And yes, the problem started in '94 with NAFTA, but it got exacerbated in 2001. I literally remember my dad telling me as a youngster when NAFTA happened, how it was going to fuck over the American worker because he's always been a union guy, right? But then when 2001 came around, right, we basically allowed all the corporations to then send the work to the third world. And guess what happens? You started the consolidation process. Like, you know why you don't have a small business? It's because you can't fucking afford to have one here. You can't compete with people that work for $2.50 an hour. I'm always telling you guys about the Delta. The $250 you pay the worker in China, and the $32.50 you would have to pay the American here, right? Large corporations are able to take that money. They then send it to the third world. They bring it back here. They're able to write all the rules. They're able to buy up all the companies, and they're able to pay dividends to their shareholders and then give them more money, so they continue this cycle of extracting capital from the third world. You know, it's no good, man. It's a horrible way to live, and we got to fix it. You know, and again, I love your comment, dude. And again, I gotta get off here because we got to go eat lunch. But come back and let's joust about that again, because I love talking about capitalism. I love talking about socialism. I love talking about all these issues because, again, I actually own a business, right? When people want to talk about tariffs and importing, like actually import hardware, like I have a factory in India where we make hardware and we bring it back here to America. Like my wife's from India. Like I know some shit because I actually do it. Most of these people that are so-called experts that are on television, they don't really do anything. They just talk, right? I've told you guys many times that guy that's on Fox News who's a small business expert, never owned a business in his life, never started a business. He's just an MBA and sat on boards a whole bunch, but he loves to talk about small business because everything that he advocates for when it comes to small business works for large businesses also, which is who's really paying him. So anyway, let's go down let's go through two more comments that I got to get here, guys. Lime Saint, lawyers. Yeah, lawyers are a big problem. There's no doubt about it. But again, it's the third world is a big problem, guys. Like the third world is fine. You can buy stuff from the third world, but it has to be 400, 500% tariffs. It's got to be massively expensive because there's no incentive to hire an American when you can hire someone for $250 an hour in another country. You can send over all the technology that we developed here in America. You can send to the third world and they'll take care of it, bring the money back here. You know, all the stuff we fought for in World War II, all the people we brought over with Operation Paperclip, all the people from Russia, from Germany that defected here to America, that invented all of our rocket technology, a lot of the technology we have here today, we expended tons of blood and treasure to be able to do that. And again, the corporations took all that knowledge, sent to the third world. Now you can't get paid. Okay, let's see, two more comments. Let's see, Lime say this is amazing. Child labor advocate. No, I'm not a child labor advocate. Kids need to work though. I'm like, as a small business owner, if I had an 8-year-old kid, you better fucking believe they're working here, right? 8 years old up until they're an adult. They're gonna work here. They're gonna learn how to make money. That's called owning a family business. People that are in high school should be working. People that go to college should be working. Everybody needs to be working, not because you want slave labor, but because this is America and we are workers here. And if we don't learn to work hard again, the third world's gonna come in here, they're gonna eat our fucking lunch because they love the idea of working tons of jobs, tons of hours, because they haven't had access to that ever. And that's one of the great things about America. We have to preserve it. We have to fight for it. And again, folks on fucking Minnesota ain't gonna cut it, guys. We got big problems here. We voted for something to happen and they're not gonna do it. Trump is not gonna mass deport people. He does not want to, okay? And this is what we voted for. Just like the Epstein files. We passed a bill, supposed to be released December 19th. Nothing's happened. No one's saying, hey, where are these files? It's not happening. Focus on Minnesota. Focus on Iran. Look what we're doing in Greenland. Again, you could find out what the hell's going on with all these pedophiles and child fuckers, but they don't want to know. And you're never going to know. They're never going to let you find this stuff out, right? Because it could hurt people that are actually good people. Like, no, you are the people you hang out with. I hate to say it, but anyway, guys, you have a great day. I appreciate everyone hanging out, and we'll do this again. And we got a lot to talk about. A lot of great stuff here today. So have a great day, guys.